Today we are picking up on part 2 of the final season of Jon Kate Plus 8, Season 5. If you haven't watched Seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and Season 5 Part 1, feel free to go watch those videos first. Everything is included in the playlist. Hi, I'm Danny, and you can normally find me on this channel diving into TLC shows, Christian fundamentalism, and exposing family vloggers. If that sounds like something you're into, I'm excited to have you around. Episode 7 is titled The First 10 Years and focuses on the story of their family of 10 through newly discovered home videos that predate the TV show. Unfortunately, that is another episode I don't have access to. I really hope you haven't forgotten, but this might be a crazy life, but it's their life.
It might be a crazy life,
but it's our life.
Episode 8 is them accepting a free kitchen remodel. It is currently January 2009 in this episode, and Jon and Kate are very much in the heat of splitting and moving towards divorce.
it's something that we already planned beforehand, and the house is the kids.
And Kate is just a ray of sunshine.
About any under-the-counter refrigerators?
No, John. What planet do you live on?
Yeah, Kate, because it's so unthinkable in a house full of 8 kids to want a fridge where you can put the kids' drinks and snacks at an accessible height for them.
So it could be like their refrigerator.
Maybe he does live on
Maybe.
this planet.
Ha ha ha! So funny watching you have no patience and talk to someone like they're an idiot until you actually give them space for a conversation that shows it's actually a great idea. So funny. And somehow she didn't think about how this renovation is going to affect her ability to use the kitchen.
Probably going to be without cabinetry and things for at least a week to 2 weeks.
Oh.
Kate is a toddler. She is 35 years old in this clip, nearly 36. A few weeks pass and the old cabinets have all been ripped out.
There's some nails and stuff. You might want to stay over there.
After a few days of eating takeout and avoiding the kitchen, Kate decides it's too impossible and plans a 2-week trip to a beach in North Carolina with the kids. Jon stayed at home to supervise the kitchen. Alexis has some big plans for this trip.
I'm gonna find some plants and show it, and I'm gonna find some frogs and dolphins and bugs.
Before leaving, Jon and Kate had a discussion about paparazzi, and Kate didn't believe they would find them, so she was unconcerned.
To be very honest, I didn't really believe it. And in 2.5 days, we had about 3 to 5 paparazzi who stuck around.
I don't understand how this doesn't absolutely freak Kate out. Not only does this seem so dangerous and could definitely go bad, but it's just not a normal thing for a kid to have to deal with. But if you're wondering how Kate is watching 8 kids at the beach alone, well, of course she isn't. She brought along Carla's daughter, Ashley.
She's a great help. She comes from a big family. She's very mature, very wonderful.
And although the kids had a blast at the beach, it was clear to Kate that they missed Jon.
They mentioned it numerous times that they wish Daddy could have been here.
And the episode ends with the kids at the kiddie pool.
Leah was reinventing her swimming she learned last year. I mean, we were at the pool every single day.
For whatever reason, the next episode, episode 9, does not pick up on the beach trip and kitchen remodeling, but goes to Kate camping with the kids. We'll get back to the beach in episode 10. And in a callback to my last video, we see just how useless stuffed animals are to these kids.
My favorite stuffed animal, doggy.
The reason it's only Kate doing the camping with the kids is because Jon and her have officially started taking turns with the kids.
In this new age of, if I've never grilled before, I'm gonna grill. If I've never camped before, I'm gonna camp.
And by camping, she obviously means in their backyard like they did last year. Except this is at the new house. The beauty of kids is they don't try to spare your feelings when they share things with you. So Kate is clearly irritated at this moment.
Daddy knows it. There's I.
Perfect.
Yeah, and Daddy knows everything about it. Yeah, I told her.
Wow,
Whoa.
he's not here. Even Kate's mini-me isn't here to play nice.
How was Mommy at building the tent?
She did a terrible job. It was hard, really bad.
I really hate this lesson that Alexis, Hannah, and Leah have learned from Kate.
She didn't know what to do, and she's a girl. And only boys.
Tent building can be a bit confusing at times, but it's not a hard activity. Sometimes the tension of sticking the pole in requires a lot of strength, but pushing the poles together and shoving them through the tent frame is incredibly easy. But in the end, Kate set up one tent and the crew set up the larger one. And claiming she set up one tent is generous.
It looks a little... Is it supposed to look like this?
After building the tents, they take a break to go swimming.
Someone give me a towel.
And now it's time to camp.
The best part of camping. Sleeping in the tent and roasting marshmallows and having s'mores.
And then it's time for Kate to start the fire.
I didn't do so well there. I don't get the principles of fire because I'm not really like a pyromaniac.
Ah, yes, because you must enjoy setting fire to things in order to know how to start a fire. Kate, go inside, grab a candle lighter, light a piece of newspaper, and throw it in. It's not hard to start a fire at home. I'm so annoyed how none of this episode is her acknowledging just how much Jon did for her and the family. I forgot to mention that Ashley is also there, again.
Hannah, not in the fire, sweetie. That's why that keeps happening.
The entire scene of them doing s'mores is Kate talking about how messy and dangerous the situation was. But she gets past it and the kids enjoy all their s'mores. Afterwards, in Kate fashion and putting a pause on camping, Kate had all the kids go inside and shower before climbing into the tent. I also noticed in this next clip that their dogs share a kennel. Did this family do anything right as dog owners?
Break it like a stick. Want me to do it?
But the night finally came and Maddie and Kara slept in the smaller tent while Kate took the rest of the 6 in the large tent. And they all slept through the night.
The kids started moving around.
Where's Leah? Is Leah under her covers?
Episode 10 picks up at the beach while Jon is still overseeing the kitchen remodel. The episode starts with the kids eating breakfast, and Kate mentions that it's rare she makes the kids a big breakfast with sausage and bacon, and that they usually eat cereal.
Bacon.
To them, it was a really, really big treat.
At home, Jon talks about how weird it is waking up to an empty house.
It's like a lesser of two evils. You're like extremely bored.
Then there's this cute moment with Hannah. If you're not aware, Hannah and Kate's relationship today has been hot and cold. I believe they started talking again this year, but Hannah primarily talks to Jon. Then the kids head to the beach, and Kate talks about Colin.
Oh my word. We were all like, what? I just kind of was sitting there and I was like, all the attention turned to him and we were like, okay, so like, what's he doing?
I don't know why this moment feels so dramatic. Colin didn't like the feeling of sand all over his body, so he was filling his bucket with water and dumping it over his head and body. Meanwhile, Kara and Maddie are nearly 9 and are at the age where they're constantly performing and putting on shows for whoever will watch.
Our show is called Invent, 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 Invent.
Moving on, in Goslin Beach vacation tradition, Kate made pudding for the kids to paint themselves with.
Can I paint you?
And Maddie, well, Kate says it well.
Maddie really got into it.
Speaking of Maddie, she and Kara returned home early as they had to finish their last week of school. Here is Maddie seeing Jon wear earrings for the first time. He's had his ears pierced since he was a teenager. In North Carolina, Kate and Ashley are taking the sextuplets on a ferry ride, and a few paparazzi have joined. I'm not familiar with the laws or rules of paparazzi, but I find it odd that Kate's security strikes a deal with them instead of telling them to completely leave the family alone.
Okay, if they sit on the ferry, smile, wave, whatever, do whatever, and give you your shot, will you get back on the ferry and go back?
Paparazzi is such a gross job. I don't care how much you make from these photos, it's gross and weird. Anyways, Kate, Ashley, and the kids arrive at the Serpentarium, and the kids get to hold a snake.
The ball python. Yeah, I'll help you. He's really heavy. Maybe if you guys. Okay.
Oh! Kate is actually decently brave and holds the same snake.
They are just gross. First of all, they're heavy. And second of all, ugh.
It's just about time for them to head back to their house, and the absolute angel that she is, Carla volunteered to put all of the pantry food away for Kate before she got back, so the new kitchen was already mostly pieced together.
Oh.
Julia.
I know Kate loves it, but her reaction is so confusing because she almost seems angry. She later clarifies that they had driven through the night and she was tired and grouchy.
But I am extremely grateful, and it's exactly how I pictured it and how I wanted it.
The way this season is shot is so confusing because in episode 11, we have now gone back in time to the girls getting home for the last week of school.
To have them come back was like, oh no, I have someone to talk to, and it's nice to have some company again.
And Kate is still in North Carolina with the sextuplets.
The boys were very excited to go see the Battleship.
While on the Battleship, the boys seem to think this was where the bad guys work and the action movies take place. This was probably because the tour guide showed them the guns.
When I grow up, I'm going to be a bad guy. I'm not going to shoot you. I'm not going to shoot you too.
You're not, Joe. When you grow up, you're not going to be a bad guy.
Okay.
At home, Jon took the girls to a family fun place and is doing a high ropes course with Kara. Maddie wasn't up for it.
And she just powered through that thing, and I was like, okay, I'll do it with you.
It's scary.
And on the ship, you see the main reason you will never catch me joining the Navy.
Oh, you're allowed to play in?
Yeah, take a rest, Aiden.
The lack of privacy, only a twin-sized bed? I could never. But then the boys find the guns on the side of the ship.
I told them, I said, aim at the paparazzi.
That's as far as we can go down.
Oh, that's a darn shame.
As much as I despise the paparazzi and what they do to people's lives, telling your 5-year-old children to aim guns at them, even jokingly, is definitely odd. It's also a bit of a gray area to me, the difference between the cameramen for TLC and paparazzi. Yes, there's the consent from Kate for TLC, but the kids can't consent to either. At home, Maddie starts participating when she rides in a go-kart with Jon. Kara rode with a production assistant.
But it was fun. It was cool to get out on the track and drive around.
In North Carolina, after getting off the ship, Kate took the boys for haircuts and then ice cream.
Boys are so different. They have such different interests.
I refuse to believe the girls wouldn't have had fun on the ship as well. I took my first tour of a ship last year and had a blast. But it's nice to finally see Kate have a day with the boys. And we get more of Kate and the boys in episode 12 when they go to a dude ranch in Wyoming.
The hope was that we would be paparazzi free, that we would be able to get a break from that so we could concentrate on spending time together.
It's like a jump scare when the camera cuts to Kate's interview.
Bob and Lulu own the ranch.
Very on theme, I guess. At home, the girls and Jon have split into 3 teams and are doing a scavenger hunt around the house with the reward of picking dessert.
It's a tie between Maddie and Kara's team.
At the ranch, everyone is riding ATVs.
I had the boys on my 4-wheeler with me and I let them steer. Okay, ready?
Once again, I repeat, helmets are cool for everyone. For day 2 on the ranch, everyone dressed a bit more on theme.
Howdy, partner. I said it.
I guess they're also done doing all 8 kids' dentist appointments on the same day because Jon took the 3 girls while Maddie and Kara stayed home with a babysitter.
What flavor?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. And the dentists clearly didn't drive home that cavities are not good things.
Leah had 2 cavities, and Lex had 1, and Lex said that was unfair.
That's just adorable. Speaking of adorable, I am obsessed with the boys' little cowboy outfits as they're riding horses.
Come on, Joe.
There's also some precious moments with kittens.
Hello, my name is Kudo. Look, he's standing.
You got a cat in your hat.
At home, Jon shows the girls how you can put string through cans and talk to each other from far distances through them.
They're like amazed.
Hi.
On the ranch, Lulu took Kate and the boys on a long hike over to a lion's den.
Holy cows alive. I mean, cows are dead.
I actually had no idea a lion's den would be just covered in animal bones, so that's pretty cool. Probably the scariest part of the trip for me as a viewer was watching Kate shoot guns.
Today is the day I get to take out a lot of my frustration.
While she's doing this, the boys stayed back with Lulu and ran around the chicken coop and such.
He did! Did they? Lulu, we found eggs!
I don't think rancher is a career in their future, though.
Look, Colin cracked it! Lulu, a crack!
I can't judge Kate on how scared she is while shooting because I've only done it once at basic training and was terrified the entire time.
Ah, I got it.
When Kate returned, they were challenged to put an egg on a spoon and ride the horse without cracking the egg. Somehow, this turned into grabbing eggs and throwing them at production members. This next moment is why I love Jon as a parent. While everyone was getting dressed up for a concert Maddie and Kara are going to put on, they asked him to dress up with them. At first, he refused, but then he had some fun with them.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to the concert. It's girl day.
And Leah's outfit was incredibly slay.
I love this. Except for sunglasses.
Let's give a moment to Maddie and Kara's blurred out Hannah Montana guitar and microphone. Absolutely iconic.
Kara's always like the audio guy. The cameraman's hilarious every single time.
And it's clear Jon truly loves these kids.
Woo! Can I watch it?
The episode ends with Kate and the boys eating some fresh chicken.
Okay, seriously, there were toenails. Toenails.
But we can't end without mentioning gender.
Seeing them aside from the girls just doing boy stuff I will never forget it.
Episode 13 is about a movie night and learning how to fish.
The new normal is I'm here a lot of the time, Jon's here some of the time, and there's no rhyme or reason to that.
Kate admits that this new norm has been overwhelming for her, and she feels like she's in an intense survival mode. She also mentions how lonely the nights now feel. This next moment is so interesting to look back on because of all the kids, it's Colin who says it.
Mommy, we do fun stuff only when you're here.
And I give Kate credit for learning to do new things constantly, even if she isn't great at some of it. Actually, this is her first time grilling. I also wonder, though, if Jon constantly keeps a sitter and crew around while he's on parent duty.
I'm setting up the audio for the projector tonight because I'm a sound man. That's my job.
The movie night is super fun for the kids as Kate rented a popcorn machine and they laid out on their sleeping bags. Kate has a hard moment of realizing she's now a single parent when she struggles to lift Colin up to bring him to bed.
Typically, Jon would have done that. He would have done all the carrying of kids, and when they're asleep, they of course weigh twice what they weigh.
But now it's morning, and Jon and Kate are switching for Jon's time with the kids.
I don't know how Jon feels about it. I don't know if he feels the same way or if he feels relief when he leaves.
This statement is so odd to me because nothing we've seen of Jon on camera displays that he doesn't love spending time with his kids and loves them dearly. And his activity with them is to take them fishing, which he describes very interestingly.
You take a barbed wire, you stick it on the end of a rope, and you let your kids whip this thing around and hope to God they don't snag each other.
Meanwhile, Maddie is at Jon's mom's house. Kara was invited, but she wanted to go fishing. The pond they're going to fish at is in their neighbor's yard and requires them to go through an extremely muddy pasture. Joel can't stand the mess.
You're such a wimpy. Come here.
I expected all this. I didn't care.
And this is why the kids are able to sometimes do more activity-based things with Jon. He expects them to be kids and throw tantrums, But they still get the activities done, and he takes care of whoever needs his attention. Again, he doesn't do this perfectly, but I appreciate how much more casual he is than Kate. Unfortunately, none of the kids caught anything.
Was that fun?
No. And it was really hot.
Back at home, they each make their own pizza.
And then I just let them put cheese, pepperoni, onion, pepper, whatever they wanted on them.
I think the pizza had Colin's approval. The next day, Jon was determined to get them to enjoy fishing, so he brought them to a pond with more fish in it, and Alexis scores almost immediately.
I catch something!
Good job.
A big fish!
Jon then walks over to help her out.
Do you see the back fins?
Yeah.
You can cut you, okay?
Okay.
Then Leah caught one, then Joel, and Colin. It was a great pond for fishing.
I catch 7. And I catched 4.
Then Joel's life was temporarily ruined when Aiden hit him with his fish.
Why did you do that, Aiden? He was heavy. He was heavy.
I have no idea who all these adults and kids in the background are, but it's clear Jon didn't go alone to fish with 7 kids. Jon shares that he loves these days with his kids, but they're obviously exhausting. When he's not with them, he lives in New York City.
It's nice to go to the city and do the things I do, and it's also nice to come home.
In episode 14, Kate takes the kids to a farm she used to go to daily when they lived at the last house. It is a farm run by an Amish man named Henry and his family, and they sell fresh produce. Now, being Amish, Henry requested the camera crew not show his face.
I always have much appreciated the relationship that I have with Henry and Linda because they don't have a TV. They have no idea who we are.
And on the way home, Kate takes them to the park they used to always play at.
If it wasn't 982 million degrees, I'd be running around with the kids.
True, because we see you do that a lot. Back at home, Kate is making dinner while Kara is planning to do a performance with Hannah and Alexis. Maddie decides she also wants to play instruments, but doesn't like the limited choice Kara left her with. So a war breaks out.
No, I need those! I'm using them!
There's not enough instruments to go around, and
But now it's time for dinner.
Jesus made it, Henry wrote it, Mommy cooked it, and we ate it.
The beautiful retelling of Farm to Table. All day, I guess Kara had been complaining about her foot still hurting after she hurt it last week. Very oddly, Kate admits she took her to the doctor for custody reasons.
I think my days of custody were coming to an end, and I like to dot all my I's and cross all my T's so that I leave nothing undone.
I don't know if that means she doesn't trust Jon to take Kara to the doctor, or if she wants to be seen as a good mom for taking care of her child. Either way, I feel like her reason for taking her to the doctor should be because she cares about her hurting child. Then, because she promised the kids to do a game night, she has the babysitter take Kara to the pediatrician right away.
Turn it around, Lex.
Just after Kate told the kids to start getting ready for bed, she got a call from the doctor who said Kara should get an x-ray of her foot because it was bruised. So Kate agrees with the babysitter to switch places so she can take Kara to the ER while the babysitter stays home as the kids sleep.
As it turned out, we were fine and dandy, but I was glad we got it taken care of, and she's been fine ever since.
I swear I'm getting whiplash from this season because episode 15 is back in North Carolina. But this time we are watching the Girls' Day. Now remember, it's Maddie and Kara's last week of school. It turns out Jon didn't just get himself earrings.
You know, sometimes they get overlooked, and I just want to get them something nice.
Oh, they're so pretty!
That was incredibly sweet of Jon to think of them like that. This is definitely my own life being put into the situation, but I fear this could be a moment of trying to buy their love, and that's obviously worrisome. Some parents during a divorce compete to be the better parent, and I just hope that wasn't Jon's motive. With Maddie and Kara at home, this Girls' Day with Kate is just Alexis, Hannah, and Leah, and Kate decided to take them to a tea house.
We're riding in our Cinderella carriage, the way every girl should ride everywhere, in my opinion.
And they make it to the tea room.
Ooh, it's pink.
At home, Maddie and Kara are planting various seeds.
They'll germinate. That means you'll be able to see them sprout 7 to 14 days. That's awesome!
Unfortunately, things didn't end well a few days later.
They were actually keeping track of them until the dogs jump up on the table and ate them.
I swear Kate needs to talk to a professional because there is no reason a person needs to be this uptight about every single thing that their kids do.
And to have the cups so close to the edge and to have to trust them to pick up a little, teacup was pretty stressful.
But after their little tea party, they went to make bracelets.
The best part for me was I decided to make Maddie and Kara a bracelet since they weren't there.
At home, Jon built the twins a bonfire and roasted hot dogs with them. And the girls wrapped up their girls' day at an ice cream shop.
Was it a fun day, girls?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Coming here and eating ice cream.
We also see a cute moment of Kara designing Jon a card for Father's Day.
It's not just a card that says, Dad, I love you. It's in the shape of, Dad, I love you.
And the episode ends with Kate explaining why she prioritizes these boys' and girls' days.
I don't want my kids to miss out on as much individual time as they possibly can.
I give her credit for that because it's one of the biggest critiques of bigger families. Kids deserve their parents' attention, and in large families, attention is shared so much more. But that is all for this video of Jon and Kate Plus 8. Crazy enough, I only have one more video to make of this show before I start Kate Plus 8. Thank you to everyone who has joined me on this journey and for looking forward to the new videos each time. As hard as it is to binge such an anger-inducing show, I'm having a blast and I'm so thankful for the sweet comments and love I've received. I hope you have the best week. Bye!